mean, restauranting is not a very easy task to do. It's actually very taxing. Nightclubs are somehow out. People want to now sit, talk, and enjoy the music. Also, the license fees are getting tough. It's getting tougher, but as restaurateurs, we've seen COVID, so that's made us like very strong. If you do good products, there is a market for it. But if you don't, if you're doing a substandard product, even in a good market, it won't survive.
Welcome to the Retail Stroll powered by the Great India Retail Summit 2025. I'm Pallavi Goyal and today we are meeting the man behind some of the most happening places in India. Priyank Sukhija truly knows how to turn on the vibe. Let's go. Priyank, thank you so much for joining us today. If I'm not wrong, you started this at the age of 19,
Yes.
right? And today you have about 30 restaurants under your wing.
Yes.
Right? What's really working for you?
I think just reinventing the wheel every time we open something new, and the way market is constantly changing, just keep up with it. And whether it's your interiors, whether it's your food, your cocktail program, just keep on putting your best foot forward, and works well.
You make it sound very easy. I'm very sure there's a lot more to it.
Yeah, I mean, restauranting is not a very easy task to do. It's actually very taxing, and takes a lot of your personal effort. You need to have a good team, and you need to be very aware of what's going on. What's your next good location? What's the new product which is going on in the market? What are the food trends? It's very important to just be at top of it, and managing it is not an easy task. But yeah, I mean, that's what I love to do.
What do the Gen Zs want next? What are you learning about them?
Uh, I think now I'm seeing more hybrid kind of ventures are doing better. So I mean, there is a very serious clientele for fine dining as well. But I think bars and restaurants together at the same place. So where you get good gastronomical food, you get a good cocktail menu, you also get music. So everything together makes more sense. So that it's music plus entertainment. But I also feel they want to sit, talk, socialize. Every bar is forming its own community, and I think nightclubs are somehow out. People want to now sit, talk, and enjoy the music. But I don't think so. Probably it's just me because I'm getting old. But yeah, I think nightclubs are something which are not very popular. But yeah, a mix of a nightclub and a restaurant is what we try to do now.
Very interesting. Very interesting. When we talk about places in metros like Delhi, Mumbai, the word nightlife is used very casually,
Right.
right? Talk to us a little about the business of nightlife.
I do. So nightlife has become a very casual word now. Uh, I mean, I remember a few years from now, it was an occasion to get out at night, but now it's part of your lifestyle. It's like you have to go out. I mean, once you start going out, it just becomes not only nightlife, even ordering in a lot of things, which now people do it more casually, and that's good. The kind of population we have, if everybody starts to go out, we still don't have enough restaurants to fill them. So gradually, this market is increasing. Dining in also, ordering in also, nightlife also. So yeah.
When we talk about the overall dining landscape, this year unfortunately wasn't very good for everyone. It was a mixed sort of scenario.
I'd say the first 6 months were good.
Okay.
Then there was a bit of a slump for the last 3 4 months, but December is better now. What's really happened is I felt a larger slump in Delhi. because it was this year also had the maximum rainfall in a few years. It was the hottest year.
Yep.
Predictably, they're saying that this year is also going to be very cold in December, later or January. And the pollution was a major issue. A lot of people didn't come out of that. So last 3-4 months have been tricky for the industry. But otherwise it's okay.
When a situation like this, and I'm also going to take into account the overall inflation pressure which has been on the consumer and also on you, right?
Yeah.
Demand, supply, everything. How do you, when you're running multiple properties, how do you recalibrate your situation, especially mid of the year, whether it's your marketing, whether it's your staff, how do you recalibrate?
See, we have to be on our toes as to where our P&Ls are going. Definitely, if you're talking about inflation, uh, it's very hard for to adjust that in a restaurant business.
Yeah.
Our rents are growing. Salaries, of course, we have to give a yearly increment to all our staff. So yeah, the way rents and salaries are going up, we can't escalate our prices that high. So it's getting a little tough. Also, the license fees are getting tough. It's getting tougher, but as restaurateurs, we've seen COVID, so that's made us like very strong. We learn to live with it. I feel there are now maximum number of restaurants uh, which are not making money. The mortality rate of restaurants is very high. A lot of and we also do have our fair share of failures. It's not that everything that we do works. I mean, there are places which work initially and then need a little bit of tweaking, and some places work from day one, but some don't. So one has to be very careful now about a lot of aspects, and the way you design it, your location, your target demographic, all of these matter a lot.
Is there any property which has done just surprisingly well for you?
A few.
If you name any?
I mean, there have been a lot of properties which have continued to do very well for us. My first restaurant, Laziz Affair, we opened it today. We are in the 25th year, and it's still going very strong. And then all our CB properties, Lord of the Drinks, Warehouse Cafe, Open House, they've stood the test of time. All of them have been there for more than 10 years, and all of them are doing good. Even in Mehroli, uh, we have good properties. Epicuria, Thanks and Beyond is doing very well. That place was Flying Saucer earlier. We ran it for about 10 years, but then it needed tweaking. So we broke the whole place down, got a new brand in, designed Thanks and Beyond. So that's worked.
Priyank, you have about 30 properties at the point.
Yes.
At this point, what would expansion mean for you?
Uh, this point, there are a lot of properties which are in the making. We are doing a lot of work in tier two, but we are also doing a lot of work in Delhi NCR. We've got some very interesting properties coming out in Gurgaon, in Noida. A couple of them in Delhi is also lined up. And our next property is we are opening Diablo and Miso Sexy in Chandigarh in the next 15 days. So I'm very excited about that. Then there is Diablo coming up in Goa. So very excited about that. A lot of things happening. There's always something new coming up. I've not seen a time in the last few years where at least 4 or 5 restaurants are not under fit outs.
Wow.
So that's nice.
Yeah. Even in volatile market conditions, you're very optimistic about the market.
I mean, I don't think so. See, volatile market condition, there has been a slump in the last 3, 4, 5 months, but we've sailed through slumps like this earlier. There have been times which I mean markets have been low, but when I see an overview of the whole situation over the last 5 years or 10 years, I don't think so. Uh, it's that detrimental in the longer term. If you do good products, uh, if you do good products, there is a market for it. But if you don't, if you're doing a substandard product, even in a good market, it won't survive. I believe in that.
I think that's a very good point of view. Thank you. You mentioned about tier two, right? Whenever we talk about fine dining or anything experiential as a Diablo, right? We don't think tier 2, tier 3. So again, that's a very bold bet.
So tier two Diablos doing very well in Dehradun. There are a lot of the things is doing very well in places like Siliguri and Raipur. So that's a very surprising kind of a demographic what we are achieving right now. I think tier two uh, always had a fine dining local place to go to, but there is a young population in the country in all the tier twos which now want to party, and when they travel, they come to Delhi, they come to Bombay or bigger cities, and they miss this in their own cities. That gap is now being filled not just by us, by a lot of other brands which are going to tier twos and opening their stores there. So that's happening in the last 3 4 years. It's a very interesting thing to see that.
And there's a beautiful bar behind you.
Yeah.
If there's one favorite cocktail of Priyank Sukhija, what's that?
I have my favorite cocktail is Picante. It's I think right now the most popular cocktail in all the bars in Delhi. Somehow there is this Picante magic, uh, which uh, which is now going on everywhere, and I believe we do one of the best Picantes in town. It's a tequila based cocktail. It's perfectly sweet, sour, and it's a good balance of everything. So yeah, that's one of my favorite cocktails.
Great. I think we need to try a picante.
Sure. I'll just tell the guy to give you a picante after this. You really like it.
Great. Thank you so much, Priyank.
Thank you so
Great.
much.